Hey guys, Sean Waite with We Success and Sales Coaching. And today I want to talk to you a little bit about scripting. Now, I do sales coaching, work a lot with mortgage, real estate, title reps, but this really applies to every industry that does sales. And I've worked with many industries. So it's kind of something I see a lot. And people either hate scripting or they love scripting. Very rarely is there in between. And the funny thing is I find that the ones who hate scripting usually haven't done it, or they actually haven't practiced it. They haven't done a lot. And I always use the example, it's kind of like most of the movies you see. I mean, some Will Ferrell, he can just joke off and just come up with different things unscripted. But most movies are pretty scripted, but they don't seem that way because the actors practice the scripts. They practice the scripts. They practice the scripts. Professional sports teams, right? Tom Brady, whether you love him or hate him, they run the plays. They know what they're going to do, right? The coaches talk to them and say, okay, we're going to do this, do this, do this, do this. And they practice and they practice and practice so they don't actually have to think about it. Now, the way I look at scripts is eventually it should just be an outline. It's just to keep you on track. So many people tell me about, oh, I just love to talk from the heart. I just kind of go with the moment. And I'm like, well, have you ever listened to yourself? And I'm like, well, no. And we record them. And the way I found this out is when my mentor, Brent Whitman, said, record yourself. Listen to what you're actually saying compared to what you think you're saying, what you're covering compared to what you think you're covering. And it is so eye-opening when you go back and you listen and you think you touched on certain things or you think you were a certain way. You weren't. Now, a lot of the old pros or the vets that I talked to in the sales industry, they're like, oh, well, I don't need a script. I just do this, this, and this. Well, that's actually because you have a script. You've internalized it. You do the same thing over and over again. You're just able to pivot. The one thing that I think makes the biggest difference when it comes to scripts is that it helps you accomplish your mission. When you're talking with somebody, when you're talking with a prospect or a lead or a relationship, do you ever have a set goal? All right, I want to talk about this and this and this and this so that we know what the next step is. But have you ever gotten that conversation? You spent the whole hour of your appointment with them and you get to the end and you didn't cover half of what you wanted to cover. You didn't get any resolution. Are they moving forward or are they not? You can have a script. And I liken it to like when you take your kids bowling, you have the little the blow up things or the rails to keep them out of the gutter. Now you're not going to get a strike every time, but at least it keeps you on the lane and you're going to get some pins. So a script, you should practice it, make it your own. Just keep practicing it again and again and again. My mentor, another great example of this is he said his fireplace knew his script because he'd done it over 500 times in front of it. Are we just being lazy and not making the script our own? Is that why it doesn't sound good? Or is it really you don't like it? That's fine. Then don't use it. But give it a try. Make it actually something that is you've practiced. And when you're bringing the presentation, you know what you're going to say. You follow these and you're able to pivot within it, but it still gets you moving down so that you can finish and get to the point where you wanted to in that meeting, in that presentation, in that conversation. So if you need help with scripting, give me a call. Call to action right now. Shoot me an email, swade@wesuccesscoaching.com. If you want to do better next year, if you need to do better next year, maybe we need to not only look at some of the things that you're not doing when it comes to your activities, but some of the things that you are doing. Can we take it up a notch? Can we do it a little bit better? Can we make incremental changes that compound everything else? So reach out to me. Let's see what we can do. I hope everyone has a great one. Talk to you soon.